Hi, my name is Javee. This is probably my 100th take. So I had written a testimony that's about 2 pages long, but last night I was recording it. Melvin was helping me record. It didn't work out. I kept fumbling on the words, but I needed to do it quickly because for some reason just reading the testimony on my paper didn't work out. But anyway, so here I go. I'll be singing a song, Greater Is He. And while I was reading my testimony, it's a beautiful testimony, by the way, because of what the Lord has done in my life. And I had 2 verses written on it. And the first one is Luke 8:17. For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. So for 6 years after high school, I have been battling a giant of doubt. For 6 years, I felt like there was a black cloud following me, and I was one way to other people, and then with another set of people, I was another way. I was living a lie, and I faced a giant of doubt, and I did not feel good enough to be in the presence of God. I hid from my family and did not speak. We lived in the same house, but they did not know me and what was going on in my heart. I fought with my parents because I was still living under the roof. I was not a good example to my siblings. I went to church and was present at every activity, but my heart was not there. At that time, it resulted in me not finishing college. In 2003, while still wrestling with doubt, I met a guy. At that point of my spiritual life, I was at my lowest. I was older in years, but I could not let go of doubt. It was like my best friend. Back to meeting that guy. He challenged me in my faith. And no, I don't mean that we trade verses for verses to see who knew more. He was actually a Catholic. And he forced me to face my faith because he kept asking me about what I do in church or what I do with my family. He would ask me what I was doing in church, ask me all the things I do with my family, but I could not give him an answer. I didn't want to tell him who I really was. It was at that point that he was making me face my faith, and I always wanted to hide it from him. I had been exposed to my sin. I was caught in my lies, and I had confessed to my parents about what was going on, how I was one way with them and then one way when I was out of the house. It was at that time that I experienced the Lord saving me from my sins and from myself. I have tried to live in my own strength and failed miserably. In Proverbs 22:6 it says, "Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." And at that moment, when I had confessed all my sins in one big motion, all of my times going to church, going to Sunday school, Bible studies, verse memorization, the lessons that my father and mother taught me at home, and the songs that I sang came into my heart in a rush, and I knew that those teachings never left. I knew who I was in Christ. I am a child forgiven. The cloud of doubt fell at my feet. I didn't realize that all of this was going to happen in my life. All of us have different experiences and different struggles, but one thing that I know that is true for all of our lives, and that is facing giants that we have to go up against. And you will not win against your giant if you do not have the Lord. 1 John 4:4 says, "But you belong to God, my dear children. You have already won a victory over those people, because the Spirit who lives in you is greater than the spirit who lives in the world."